Evening all, how we doing? Thought I'd forgotten to switch something on for a minute. Ooh, happy Monday. Yes, cookies indeed. I've got a couple more over here, but I'm not going to go for them during the stream, I don't think. They were a bit big and awkward. But, not terribly long finished my dinner, so, you know. There are cookies available, cookie must be had. Pretty much the rules in it. Oh, I did slightly crumb on my desk and slightly on the floor as well. But I sorted it. It's fine. That's the way it goes. How are we doing? I hope everybody's had a good weekend. Played a little first bit of the Outer Worlds on Saturday, which wasn't the original plan, but we've been very, very kindly hooked up by Xbox stroke Obsidian. So, yeah. Semi-sponsored in the sense that they gave me a free copy of the game, so always much appreciated. Really looking forward to showcasing a bit more and exploring a bit more. The intro, which is as far as we got on Saturday, has yeah, been good so far. We'll see how it goes after that. I'm going to sort my eyes out and then we'll get things going, I think. Evening Ancient, how are we doing? Brownies, nice. Evening Tango, how are we doing? Evening Carl, evening Steve. Scroll. Red card, you've been playing Skyrim or something? It's cookies for dinner. No, not quite for dinner, but cookies after dinner. Dessert, sort of. Post-dinner treat. Cookie crumb in my keyboard. Can't be having that. Yes, dinner was roast beef, which was going to be yesterday, but it did not defrost in time, so... Yesterday was pizza, and today was roast beef. It was good. I enjoyed it. Very, very tasty it was. So, yes, we are playing as an Earth Directorate agent who has a bit of a renegade past, operated on the fringes of society before slightly caught up and decided to join the Earth Directorate. And has evaded trouble in that way. We've headed out to Arcadia Colony. We're in skip drives, which allow us to jump between systems. Have been, well, the only place in the galaxy where they are made. By the was it the Protectorate, I think they're called, in this area. And they have been causing, they think, rifts in space. And we're there to investigate what the fuck's going on. And we arrive, and the forward agent, Agent Augustine de Vries, it turns out betrayed us at Horizon Point Station and blew the whole thing up by doing something to a rift or some kind of rift core or something like that. Created a giant rift in around the station. We ran like hell, dived into an escape pod and managed to get out of there, and spent the next 10 years in stasis floating through space until Niles, the only other survivor from the incident, who had apparently managed to limp his way back to the ship, got a signal and came to pick us up. It turns out that was because De Vries also survived, and she had destroyed an Earth Directorate satellite some 10 years after the original incident. And the destroying of it sent an emergency signal out, which highlighted her location and ours as well. Crash course. Yeah, it's alright. If you want to chill, you can. Certainly can do. Certainly welcome to. So, let's fire this up. And then we'll talk about some other stuff. Because we're switching characters. I jumped into character creation again because I really wasn't quite happy with the end result of what we came up with for my character. And I also knew we made a couple of errors that I didn't really feel good about in that intro. So I've created a new character, gone back and fixed it, essentially. We'll see if we can't dive in. Generating the shaders again, wonderful. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't have to do that. Game could do with a few patches though. I've noticed a couple of issues in the last day or so. It's doing it quite quickly today though, so I'll take that. That's all right. How you doing, George? All right? So,
I can tell by your helmet that you sprung for the premium edition. Let me check how much I made from licensing my likeness for that promotion. All right, I got nothing.
So yes, premium edition. Xbox kindly hooked us up with that, which is one of the reasons we're able to play early. And it comes with a couple of extra bits and pieces, set of armor, helmet, some other stuff. So that's what he's referencing, because I've put that on. Yeah, doing good, thanks, George. So, let's continue where we left off. Taking unaware enemies while crouched will perform a sneak attack. You can preview damage for the attack before committing, kind of. Not as effective as I'd like it to be, but still. Right. I've got a couple of things to fix. As I think I was messing around and forgot to correct them. I did, yes. So, basically much the same character, except looking different. The build is basically the same. I've gone for the same perks, same background. I think I did do one thing differently. I took the brilliant and innovative perks, traits this time around, but at the cost of taking a second one, i.e. innovative, because I thought it might do some interesting stuff. I have to take a weakness, and I went for sickly, because I looked at some of the others, which is slightly less base health, and toxicity crush threshold is lower as well, which means I can't heal as often. I have less health and I can't heal as often, so we'll see whether or not I pay for that. Hopefully we'll upgrade our way past the worst of that anyway in time. But that's the one big difference. Yeah, 85 toxicity instead of 100 at base, and slightly less health as well. So there's that. Otherwise, everything is as it was before. Guns, lockpicks at 2, speech is at 3 because I put guns and speech up a bit. Yeah, it's fine. And what did I take in terms of my perk? I've forgotten already now. I kind of do remember the name of it actually, but the gist of it was that I get... Oh, there it is. Space Ranger. It's over here. My speech skill also increases the amount of damage I do. the more I level it up, so I'm okay with that. Yeah. It's basically what we look like. Face is a bit blurry, which is probably a symptom of not entirely well implemented third-person system. From what I understand, the third-person system was put together by a third party, not actually by Obsidian themselves. They outsourced it. Not happy with Xbox, right? Yeah, I think a lot of people feel the same way, George. Jacking up the price and not giving anything like enough for it is not impressing a lot of people. Yeah. How we doing? Are we alright? But what can you eat? Yeah, Wednesday this will land on Game Pass. So, and if you've not got the premium edition, that's when all the other stuff comes out as well. So yeah, the other thing I did, I gave her a prosthetic left arm, specifically, because we wanted to see what happens when if you've got a prosthetic left arm and you use an auto dock. The answer's pretty simple, unfortunately. Gotta wonder how that helps, really. You just get an injection straight into your prosthetic arm. Include Fallout first? No, that was never going to happen. It's too expensive. There's too much money coming in from it. And Bethesda will want that coming in, given the cost of keeping the game up. Something weird is going on over here. Oh yeah, that's better. So, yeah. The other thing that I did that was different, last time we picked a choice with Niles that turned out to not go the way I was expecting. I went with never mind the mission, save your own skin, this isn't worth dying over. And that seemed like a reasonable way to go. However, he took that to mean I was saying you should just abandon your friends and colleagues and run for the hills, which was not what I was saying at all. So I was a bit annoyed about that. So I went with the other choice this time around and basically said walk off your severed arm and save your friend, or colleague, the other member of the crew, who he actually was unable to save anyway. But yeah, I didn't feel like I wanted him storing up bad vibes over me telling him not to get himself killed when by misinterpreting it. So yeah, that was not so I wasn't too happy about that. So I did that the other way. And then the other thing was, I don't know if you remember when I died because I got shot up by a bunch of big angry robots that came across a bridge. Just before that, I opened up a door and then shot a guard inside who wasn't very happy about me lockpicking the door. I realised after that, or about the same time as I did that I could probably have chatted to the guy instead. Turns out, not only could I probably should have done. Because the guy in there that I shot was the same guy we spoke to from the landing pad right at the start. And he turned off the initial security at the landing pad for us. We persuaded him to do that. And as we went through the level, we found a bunch of sort of notes that he'd left lying around, his diary and what have you. And a bit more about him. Found out that he had a few demerits to his name and was terrified of being sent off for reconditioning or whatever it was called. Basically chemical lobotomizing. Yeah. It gave us the materials, combined with the speech skill, to manipulate him into helping us out. So I spoke to him, and in exchange for wiping his record clean so that he didn't have any demerits on it, didn't get into trouble, he was willing to let me through and without facing security and stuff. So that went much better. And also, as a result, Cadet's degrading dilemma is now hanging over me, and I've got a funny feeling this is going to come back later. So it was one of the other reasons I wanted to do that. So Cadet 4th Class Corbin, that's him. Sentry at the entrance to the skip lads, in danger of being sent for mental refreshment, that's the process, due to his last perpetual appraisal of purpose being less than adequate. He offered to find a way to revise his appraisal to keep that from happening, and I wiped all his demerits to do that, so hopefully he'll appreciate this someday. So if we run into the guy again, maybe we'll benefit. Assuming how he would have survived the rest of what happened there, I don't know, but we'll see. I guess it'll tell us. So those are the changes that I have made since last time. And yeah, we're playing as a lady this time. So we've got some freebies, which are premium edition items. So there is a deluxe Moonman staff, if you want to bonk people on the head. I don't. There is a set of armour, helmet, and an SMG. So the helmet is ugly as sin, and I'm not going to have it visible, but it gives me, you can't see because my head's in the way, 5% base health, and a bonus to damage resistance, scaling with the total number of bits held. So basically it's a aristocrats effect on it, which is quite cool. Funding this helmet, you feel a burning desire to increase your net worth by any means necessary. So yeah, that's that. The armour I'm wearing, also not particularly insanely great, but it's better than what I had. Well, actually it's the same, but it has 15, 5 and 25 over there. So yeah, it's the same as what I had, but it has some extra bonus stuff on it. which is to say companion abilities charge faster, because enviable look of the armor, apparently. However, it's made from cost-cut materials, so damage resistance goes up, but 5% of damage resistance is lost every time the wearer takes damage, down to no additional bonus, which resets at the end of combat. So, there we go. And the Premium Moonman SMG automatically gains a small number of bits on scoring a kill, so I make money when I get kills. Only with that weapon, I would assume, though. And we've got the repeating rifle that we had anyway. So that's where we're at on those. Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, so after we spent 10 years in floating in space in suspended animation, Space's Choice and Auntie Cleo, two of the companies from the first game, had a rather aggressive merger, which then they became a company called Auntie's Choice, I believe, and they are now invading the Arcadia System, and doing so has caused a whole bunch of extra rifts, and you can't now leave. So yeah, we'll have to push on. Niles is upstairs, not very happy about how everything went, and trying to avoid me. But he got a field promotion because on account of not being dead, basically. So, okay. Wax container. Hibernation suit. Not actually better than what I have. Helmet. Actually... faster energy recharge rate is nice. But I don't get damage resistance that scales with bits, so I don't think I'll do that. Leave that as that fine. Oh, I'd have to pick the lock on that to open it. Can't do it because my lockpick skill's not high enough. Okay. Workbench. Craft ammo, mods, grenades, primers with material gathered. The workbench crafting screen allows you to spend crafting resources to create various items such as ammo, inhaler charges, primers, throwables, and more. Find and purchase recipes to unlock for crafting. Breakdown screen will allow you to destroy items and turn them into base crafting materials. Okay. Cool. Not much there. Attach mods to my weapons if I had any, but I don't. Workbench mod screen allows you to apply mods to weapons and armor and headgear. Mods have a variety of functions, such as increasing the effectiveness and specializing your equipment to match your playstyle. Purchase from a weapon modification vending machine, and armor mods from vendors throughout Arcadia or found while exploring. Acquiring a mod from any source immediately unlocks a recipe to craft it. Okay. Cool. Breakdown, party upgrades. Okay, get the idea on that. Cool. Yes, thank you, Farron. I did hide it because it was in the way, but... So the ship is a lot more beaten up than it was before. I'm going to put my jumper on because I'm getting a little cold. Hang on, and then we'll press on. There's not a lot of room here. It's not really the easiest place in the world to do this. Here we go. That's better. Right. Much better. Nice and cosy. Right, so our next objective is to go and talk to Niles. Everything's in the wrong place for some reason. What's going on there? That's better. Right. Onward. Yes, the whole thing does look a lot more beaten up than it did. There's cables trailing around. There's... We're doing a little planting over here. Okay. Earth Directorate ship, the Incognito, Commander's Terminal. Incognito correspondence, Earth Directorate handbook, Agent handbook. Oh, correspondence, anything on there? Now, 3 to 18 business months for responses from the Earth Directorate. Archived messages. Mission failure, Arcadia report, extraction request. Okay. 2 Incognito, mission failure. Maintain your cover and continue observation of Arcadia colony until further orders. Arcadia report concerning confirming receipt of last report. Additional inquiry into extraction has also been received. Unfortunately, extraction not possible at this time. Allow 6 to 12 months to lapse before submitting another request. Extraction request. Earth Directorate recognises your contributions over the past 6+ years, but it's of the utmost importance that you continue your observation of the colony. Extraction request denied. Okay. So you've been trying to get pulled out after floating in space with nothing going on for a while, I guess. More growing, a whole load more cables just trailing everywhere. Why is that trailing up and over when it could have just gone straight under? Apparently I've got a map marker for the chip. Yeah, well. My quarters are looking less than wonderful. Okay. To do, repair leaky pipe in Eric's room, order valve to run a Sci-fi diagnostic, cook dinner, bratwurst. Bullet point has been violently crossed out, store all intoxicants in the safe, hide the safe key with Val. Yeah. Commander's terminal again. We've already read most of this previously. So we'll just cross that off. What's this? Moonman Bobblehead Season Pass Reward. Liberated from Space's Choice in the anti-Cleo hostile merger. Beloved Moonman mascot is now free from all intellectual property restrictions and thus subject to artsy's merchandising blitz of displayable collectibles. Not the best choice. It's not the best choice in Bobblehead Season Pass Rewards. It's the only choice. Christ, that's hard to read. Wearing gloves and scarf, yeah. It's a bit fresh. It's not that cold in here. It just feels it for some reason. It's weird. 10 degrees. Well, there's more than that in here, but I don't know. 9 supposedly outside. Right, onward.
All these years and I still can't get my head around what Augustine did. Sacrificing our whole team. And for what? What did our blood pay for?
Niles? Admiring the Rift Erosion? If Reese was a traitor, she'll get what's coming to her. Yeah. So generally positive, quite a bit of a renegade at the same time. After 10 years floating in stasis, not that it'll feel like 10 years to us, but it will to them. I'm going to go with admiring the Rift there, Agent. He's been promoted in the meantime, so...
Oh, Commander. Thought you were Val. Glad to see you up and ambling about.
You
And
look better.
Human stew.
Stuck experiencing the miracle of human consciousness for a bit longer. Definitely the better outcome. Heard what you said earlier. Has it really been 10 years since Horizon Point? Yeah, that question.
More like 9 and change. And a rough 9 years at that. But who's counting? You know, when I first learned some of the escape pods made it away from the station, I'd hoped. I did search for you, Commander. Just as soon as I was able.
Don't beat yourself up about it. Treated the best you could. You didn't search hard enough, clearly. It's done is done. We should focus on what comes next. I feel like he did. At the same time, yeah, left me floating in space for 10 years. He didn't look hard enough. It's not really an excuse for doing that, I don't think. You feel very much when it comes to leaving somebody floating in space, it doesn't matter if finding them is impossible. You should probably do it anyway. On that particular one, I'd be kind to the guy, given everything he's been through, but, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with what's done is done. I'm not going to give him the nice answer, but I don't think I'm going to be quite hard enough on him for that one. Still think there's no excuse for failure, though.
So then, I gather Val's described our state of affairs?
Yep.
Confirmed. The commander has received a full briefing on the following topics: the invasion of Arcadia, the Rift, and Agent DeVries' survival.
DeVries. Would have been better if she joined the dead. I figured she'd done just that until I got the alert that she brought down the Earth Directorate satellite. If she's of a mind to, she could use the information on that thing to destabilize the Rift and destroy Arcadia. She was one of us, Commander. It's our responsibility to stop her.
Do you agree with that? Somebody's possibly fighting. You give him a couple of days and go fine. Shocking behaviour. Whatever happened to leave no one behind? I mean, a couple of days is about what you should take. Find them. If it takes a couple of days, fine. If it takes more than a couple of days, you didn't do enough work. Inadequate performance if it takes more than a couple of days. Impossible is not an excuse. Can't let her go. Actions go unanswered. Fine by me. I've got a bullet I'm saving just for her. This is a lot. I want to move on. Keep my head down and forget any of this happened. No. Fine by me. I've got a bullet I'm saving just for her.
Acts of unprovoked violence are not sanctioned by the Earth Directorate except on occasions of premeditative self-defense.
Unprovoked? Hardly. Sure, self-defense. We can call it that. How about on occasions of stopping a maniac from destroying the entire system? That's fine. I'm just going to go with unprovoked on this one, I think. Bit renegade-y.
She's going to ground now. But as part of her original undercover mission, DeVries was inserted at the Vox relay station on Paradise Island. She then followed protocol, established a safe room there. Wager that's where we'll find clues as to her present plans and whereabouts.
So, Vox relay station on Paradise Island. Apparently that's presumably a destination. In order to investigate what she's up to. It seems reasonable. One step closer to making her pay for what she did. Sounds like she's already done some legwork. Good job, Agent. Worst places to be stuck investigating an island called Paradise. Be standing around having my ear talked off. Sounds like you've done some legwork. Good job.
Thank you, Commander. Means a lot coming from you. Just to be clear,
You did
I'm not
that bit,
saying
right?
strolling up to the Vox station and knock nicely. The Vox is highly restricted and heavily defended. It'd be a death sentence. We might ought to explore the island first, find out what we can. The satellite alert pinged DeVries' tracker in a town, name of Fairfield. Wasn't nowhere clear as yours, so we need to poke around a bit. Doubt she's there now, but it seems a better place to start than insulting your Protectorate communications hub.
Yeah, we'll probably need some better gear before we do that. Okay. Yeah, this place has definitely seen better days over the last 9 and some years. It's got a bit beaten up, and he's put some hanging plants in. Don't blame him. So there's the rift, and we drifted a reasonable distance in 10 years. You'd think escape pods would have a mechanism in them to make them easy to find. I guess maybe they don't, and the people who designed them don't give a crap. But you'd think that would be the way they'd be designed. Logically. It's a space auger. Couldn't get in here previously. Don't know whose room this is, but somebody's working on Valerie in here. Hangout space. It's also... This part of the ship's got weirdly worn over the last 10 years. Like, what's been going on here that this sofa has taken enough of a pounding to take that much damage in the last 9 years? If he and Val have been the only two on this ship. Like... I mean, yeah, he's probably not keen the kitchen much. There's a lot of fish in there, apparently. There's a lot weird, like the dirt around there I get. Some of the rest of it's a bit weird. There's a lot of leaking and dripping going on. He's obviously done some repair work in places to jury rigging of stuff, but some of it seems a bit odd. Yeah, some sort of locator signal or something like that, no? Well, it's clearly an unused space. Unused space. I'm assuming these are going to be crew bedrooms, and that one that we saw is this one over here is Niles's. So it looks like it's been used at least. And there's bedding and stuff in here. I mean, they're not exactly nicest rooms in the world, but there's your little refresher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crew members then, from the look of it. Yes, that's the engine core. It looks quite badass. Escape pods.
This unit records indicate that lockboxes, such as the two housed in this dispenser, were originally part of a failed smuggling operation. Special lockbox keys are needed to open them. After discovering the first lockbox, Agent Ibarra installed this dispenser to house additional lockboxes, which may be located throughout the colony. Unfortunately, due to a jam, the dispenser is currently inoperable. Agent Ibarra deprioritized its repair in order to focus on rescuing you, Commander.
Sounds like an excuse. It comes back. Give me 2 seconds to the lockbox, so I'll have it open. Yeah, I'm sure I can get open.
Tampering may result in damage to the container's contents. Theorizing. Extracting the contents from the first lockbox may disencumber the dispenser, allowing it to return to normal operations.
So he's been smuggling on the side to make a few bob.
Key that can open the first lockbox, Commander.
If you have the key already, why not unlock it yourself?
Agent Ibarra updated this unit's security protocols following an incident of minor exposure. This unit is currently forbidden from unlocking containers, safes, and bathrooms in use. Helpful addendum. Scans also indicate an Auntie's Choice dematerializer within the first lockbox, which you may find useful in the discreet disposal of bodies, Commander.
That would be helpful. I could certainly think I need a gadget like that. Know me too well. Great, can I go now? Cysty pigs are good at disappearing bodies too. Love the Snatcher reference.
Cysty pigs, while omnivorous, are not typically raised on a diet of human remains. An alternate means of body disposal is recommended. Additionally, the second lockbox's contents may contain parts to upgrade your Valerie unit. Upgrades are recommended to improve your experience of Valerie.
Hey, I'd like you to do some love. Any idea where I might find these keys? Whatever keeps you optimal, I guess. Any idea where I might find more keys?
Agent Ibarra theorizes that some keys may be obtainable from vendors, but the majority are likely scattered around the colony. Please be on the lookout for any additional lockboxes, which may be stored here for your convenience.
Okay. Auntie's acidic dematerializer fires a spray of extremely volatile goo when activated, dealing corrosive damage at very short range. Corpses hit will melt away, preventing others from finding them and acting accordingly. Energy, 40 damage. Do not eat this liquid. Please dispose of targeted acidic remains in a safe manner. Do not eat the remains. Yeah, nice. It's a gadget, okay. A short-range gadget, okay.
Congratulations on...
Gadgets, I think? Inhaler and gadgets, yeah. So that is equipped, cool.
on your acquisition of the dematerializer. The dispenser is now functioning normally. Your ability to conceal homicides has also been increased by 85.9%.
What's the space? Where's the fish coming from? I think Naz has been promoted. He has been promoted in the last 10 years, allegedly doing his job. But his job has been observe colony. It's really been open-ended, about as open-ended as you can possibly get. Also, he's probably not getting much in the way of income or support, so he's probably got to go and find a way of generating some cash in order to keep himself fed, I should imagine. Too busy to find him. Yeah, I don't think he's been too busy. Too fucking lazy. He's been sending messages saying, I've had enough of this and I want to go home. And they've gone, no, stay there and observe the colony. So, yeah, I don't think he's been particularly productive in the last 10 years until De Vries destroyed that satellite, which also triggered both our location and hers to be somewhat revealed. So I think most of that time he's just been floating around doing weird odd jobs, that's my guess. And ultimately not really been doing that much in the way of agent work. So he's got himself a wooden prosthetic arm, because his arm got ripped off by an explosion, I think. That's quite cool. Right. We need to head to the planet of Eden, Elysium's largest and most populated colonized moon. Eden is blessed with a breathable atmosphere and tropical climate that required minimal terraforming to render habitable. Gentle trade winds reliably blow in a uniform direction, hence Eden's dramatic windswept spires. Much of the moon's idyllic landscape is now scarred from battle, although untouched pockets of paradise remain. Okay, so that's where we're going, and that's the rift that was created when De Vries blew out the station. Yeah. I need to improve the lighting in here.
Ready to disembark, Commander. Just say the word.
Oh, we lost a leg as well. Didn't realise that.
All Ought to bring Val with us when we leave. She might not look it, but she can be fearsome in a fight.
Okay. Agree. Fortunately, I currently have Amy Winehouse going around in my head because of this robot.
Have you performed your advised rest and recuperation period following the conclusion of your last mission?
I was asleep for 10 years, alright, I'll be right. Can't get that open right now. Okay. Okay, so transition to Paradise Island. Let's go. You can have up to 2 companions to follow and assist you in your adventure. Each companion has a special companion ability that can be activated once charged. Each companion ability is unique and can taunt enemies, deal quick bursts of damage, or even heal you. Companions level up with you, gaining a part point every 5 levels that you can spend in the ledger. Okay. So, this is where I've got Niles and Valerie right now. Yeah, waking up after 10 years in stasis would give you a hell of a headache, I would imagine, no? Still, given that one of the possible outcomes of excessive amounts of stasis is liquefaction, spontaneous liquefaction of your innards and outards as well, then headache's probably not that much to worry about, really. Okay, so Paradise Island. Holy crap, that is a lot less optimized all of a sudden. Starting area was alright, that's not good. Yeah, I think ultra performance is probably going to have to be the case. Ooh, that was interesting. So I'm going to have to drop things a bit further, I think.
That'll be the Vox relay.
Vox stations serve as key communication hubs for the Protectorate. Unauthorized visitors are likely to be shot or hanged on sight.
And that's why we're headed to Fairfield first. Less chance of us getting shot while picking up debris trail.
Go. So yeah, that opening mission was clearly way better optimized than the rest of it, because yikes. I'm going to have to see what I can dip a little bit here. Let's take that back a little bit. It's going to stay as is, hopefully. Interesting. Hopefully that'll make things a bit more stable. We'll see how we do, because we are locked in the 30s at the moment. That's rough. Can I walk around the outside of the ship? Yes. Kind of makes me think of the Mandalorian, actually, right now. It's blue. Blue and red is kind of Earth Directorate colours, though, isn't it? That cover it for you, Steve? Right, let's see how we do. Anything else we can do to improve that a little? I mean, yeah, there are things I could do, but I'm not willing to. Yeah, it's an interesting design. It reminds me of, yeah, the style very much reminds me of The Mandalorian, especially given how beaten up it is and stuff. So, companion quest is improvement for Val. Seek assistance in infiltrating the Vox relay station and find information on DeVries and Fairfield.
Can't get that Andy's Choice jingle out of my head. Hey, if I start humming it, you do what you gotta. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Field tinkering. I'd like to take advantage of your engineering skills. Tell me more about this merger between Anti-Cleo's and Spacer's Choice.
There's less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Anti-Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out.
Send him back to the ship. Get rid of him altogether, and we can talk more later. A few personal questions.
What's needling you?
Never got a chance to get to know each other. Tell me about yourself.
Fair point. Guess Horizon Point didn't exactly foster a lasting fellowship, did it?
Not really, no. So what have you been up to the last 10 years? Irrevocable betrayal does tend to hamper most relationships. Yeah, that's a science thing. So what have you been doing the last 10 years?
All I heard about this moon called Eden. Ain't much lived up to the name, though. All jesting aside, what's there to tell? Spent the first year getting back up on my feet, literally. Been mostly laying low since then, maintaining my cover. Before the invasion, at least, the Earth Directorate still needed someone to watch the colony, and I had 2 working lamps.
So just you and Valerie this whole time?
Not always. Went a couple of stretches there on low power to avoid detection from Protectorate patrols. I usually shut her down for a few cycles then. The way you're gawping at me right now makes me think I answered that question wrong.
Alone a long time, just want to make sure you're okay. Guessing you two got close then. Correct answer was negative, that would have been harmful to my mental state. Guessing you two got close then.
Sure, we're a tight pair, but it's nothing unhealthy like you're slanting at. Val's gotten me out of more scrapes than I can count. She can be a little Delphic at times, but she'll grow on you. Promise.
Okay. You okay? Alone with Val for already like her more than you. Don't trust machines. You were alone for a long time.
I appreciate the concern. Won't lie, had some hard years. Got caught up in a few lost causes, the particulars of which I'd rather not go into now, if it's all the same.
Anything good happened since Horizon Point?
I found you. Oh, and Val's been stalling less since I patched her acclimator. Ship doesn't smell anymore. That's about it.
Yeah, that's not it. Wait, what did the ship smell like before?
Spratwurst.
Lovely. You were cooking Spratwurst?
Be pretty horrifying if I wasn't. I was trying to teach myself some new skills in the galley. Val got it into her hardware. I needed a hobby. I figured Spratwurst ain't an easy meal to mess up.
And what did you discover?
Well, I learned about 20 ways how not to fix a worst.
So what was life like wherever you're from?
Like most colonies. Good people being ground down from above. A lot of fancy talk from suits about streamlining and quarterly earnings while them on the line barely scrape by. Triangulum's known for churning out freighters, and shipbuilding ain't exactly known for being clean, safe work neither. especially when corners get cut. Can't remember a time I didn't end the day all banged up, filthy, and smelling like I just crawled out of an exhaust port.
Sounds miserable, but you're eager to jump at chance to escape life. I know I would be. Yeah, let's go with that one.
It was hard work, sure. But there was something special about seeing one of them long haulers fire up her engines for the first time and knowing you had a hand in her construction. Funny thing was, I wasn't even an engineer back then. But I wanted to learn, so I paid attention. Too good of attention, as it turned out.
You struggled with the colouring in the first one, Steve. That's interesting. No such thing as being too observant. We're going on.
I was working late one evening and overheard something I shouldn't have. Some bigwigs exchanging inside information that would have cost the corporation a pretty bit. A day later, I was being accused of corporate espionage. Didn't want to bring any heat down on anyone else, so I went on the run before the first jackboot showed up at my door.
Weren't you worried that running would make you look guilty? Well, no, because they're not going to be concerned with guilt. They'll just be concerned with accusation, and that'll be it. Putting others first. How do you go from fugitive to Earth Directorate agent? And you coward run, you should have stayed in fort. How did you go from fugitive to Earth Directorate agent?
I was on the run for, I don't even know how long. The days sort of bled into one another. I started losing hope of things ever changing for the better. Then, the Earth Directorate showed up. They liberated Triangulum, pulling me and the rest of the colony out from under the corporate boot. Joining up after that just made sense.
Yeah, this is that whole thing. Just I don't trust at all, to say the least. Did you ever regret it? Did you ever regret becoming an Earth Directorate agent?
I could ask you the same thing.
Yeah, right about the same time as I went into hibernation for 10 years. Never been my calling. Not sure I'll be here if I had anywhere else to go. Absolutely screw them. They've never done anything for me. Asked you first. Some days it's not an easy life. Some days it's not an easy life.
Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd gone back to my old life instead of becoming an agent. Stayed on Triangulum, become an engineer or something near to it. I knew joining up with the Earth Directorate wasn't going to be a life of low turbulence, but at least it'd have dignity and purpose to it.
And excitement, don't forget that. Another way to find purpose don't involve shooting or getting shot at. Still believe that? Do you still believe that?
Not much dignity in having your limbs blown off. Sorry,
Yeah.
that was blunt.
If anyone has a right to anger at you, yeah, I think that's fair.
I'd say you've got cause enough yourself. 10 years lost ain't nothing to sniff at.
Yeah,
back
well,
to
you're
your
the one who
initial
didn't do the finding you should have done, so.
Do I regret becoming an agent? Yeah, some days. But then there's days like the one when I
Nice, no.
found you, and well, not much to regret there. Only thing I know for sure is my opinion today is colored by more than just the rosy tint of a low-run kid looking up at the stars. Life's not fair, but it keeps on.
I bet the kid will be proud of when you come. Can't be let down if you know you get your hopes up. Let's throw him a bone.
You buttering me up for a favor? I'll tell you right now, I'm not taking extra shifts cleaning the head.
Yeah. Big serious, I'm highly allergic to liquid cleaners. It causes what doctors call Spratwurst fingers. Better learn to take a compliment. I could make it the funny one. I'm tempted to go with the funny one. Yeah, got to. Spratwurst fingers it is.
Noted? Oh, and thanks for what you said. Maybe I'm not as far away from where I started as I thought.
Let's hear more about your family. Tell me about how you make direct... Oh, bloody hell. Tell me about your family.
My folks shuffled off the motor coil when I was little. Assembly line accident. Got passed between some distant relations for a few years. They tried their best. Weren't cruel or nothing, but life on Triangulum was tough. And they had their own families to worry about, you know? I didn't like feeling like I was adding to their burden, so I struck out on my own just as soon as I could. And well, You know how that turned out.
Indeed. You miss him?
Yeah. Thoughts crossed my mind over the years, especially when it was just me and Val. I wish I spent more time with her when I had the chance. No point missing something you're never getting back, though.
Won't be stuck in Arcadia forever. Maybe visit them one day. Why not?
That's either hope or foolishness, Commander, and I can't tell which. Even if we survive the rift, 10 years is a long time to be gone. No word. They probably figure I'm dead. Avoid it all. Now you got me thinking about it. How about this? We ever make it out of this system, I'll take you back to Triangulum, make the introductions myself. Deal?
Deal.
Oh yeah. They're gonna get a real charge out of you.
Tell me how you met DeVries.
He was one of the forward agents who went ahead to assess just how bad Triangulum had gotten. We met while I was in hiding. I helped her learn the lay of the land, as it were. She was no nonsense. I thought her one of the smartest people I'd ever met. And while she could also be cutting, I felt like I only caught her edge when I deserved it. I liked her. And for some reason, she seemed to take a shine to me. But she wasn't around long. By the time I officially joined up, she'd already moved on to the next mission.
Last time you saw her before Horizon Point?
Sure was. Kept hoping I might run into her during training. But now I know she was busy turning her coat here in Arcadia.
I'll talk about something else. Okay, that's it. Right. Hey, Val.
Error. Currently unable to access customary greeting bank due to routine internal maintenance. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
Tell me about yourself, Val.
Presenting the Valerie unit. The latest and greatest in a line of Earth Directorate support automechanicals. All you could want in a squad mate at half the cost. The Valerie unit is the exclusive property of the Earth Directorate and is not intended for civilian or commercial use. Resale of this unit is strictly prohibited.
What's your view of the mission?
Searching mission parameters. One moment. Searching. Error. Unable to find current mission parameters. Defaulting to last known objectives. Goal. Infiltrate Horizon Point Station and retrieve data pertaining to skip drives and rifts.
You'll have to pardon Val, Commander. She gets confused sometimes. The logic unit can't always keep up. I keep tinkering with her assembly, but...
That looks unpleasant out there in the background. Sure, you're doing everything you can to keep it functioning, but I hope she doesn't get any worse. An obsolete drone is useless to me. I'm sure you do what you can.
Mighty kind of you to say. Just wish I could do more. But I suppose age comes for us all in the end.
Do you have any other queries, Commander?
How much weight do you think you can carry, just as a fun hypothetical?
Attempting to ride this unit in order to replicate the experience of flight is strongly discouraged.
I was only referring to your bearing capacity.
This unit can support up to 100 pounds of weight while still remaining airborne, and is not ideal for body transportation or disposal. Do you have any other queries, Commander?
What does Valerie stand for?
Vitality augmentation, logistics evaluation, reconnaissance, and information extraction unit.
That's a mouthful. You've been around a while. Give me your highlights.
This unit was first deployed on a mission to Redacted more than 10 years ago, and was primarily credited for that operation's success.
Really?
Other highlights include the triumph at Redacted, the rescue of Redacted, and the first successful execution of the Stanfield maneuver in zero gravity.
Stanfield maneuver?
Detailed instructions on how to perform the Stanfield maneuver are proprietary to the Earth Directorate and strictly confidential.
Niles, do you know what that is?
Never scored myself the clearance to learn it for fact. But best as I can tell, it's a complex EVA involving a drone and an agent shot up with enough adrenal to wake the dead.
Attempts at the Stanfield maneuver, as proposed by theorist Marion Stanfield, has resulted in multiple deaths, mutilations, and maimings, leading to a ban shortly after discovery. Do you have any other queries, Commander?
So for now. Right, let's have a poke around. Now I'm done chatting to those two. UI. Gee, you know what? Where is the... Where's it go? I'll leave that as is, actually, otherwise it's going to be more problematic. It's probably easier for me to just take it out in... to edit it out later, I think. Needs a photo mode, though. Every game does. Right, so... I'll leave that as is then, can't I? I don't need to worry about it. Right. Minimap is not that helpful, to be honest. So there's stuff that way from the look of it. No, I don't want to head that way just yet. Bunch of goodies knocking around. Okay. Can always use ammo. New gun. Ooh. I do hope they get a performance enhancing patch out promptly, because yeah, that's a bit rough. To quite aggressively drop some of the settings back a bit there, which I'm a bit disappointed about. I am running on an old PC though, so or what is now an old PC anyway. Tell you what though, even with the frame rate issues and stuff, it's still easier on the eyes than 76 is. And 76 runs at 80 something frames. Usually. Whereas this definitely ain't doing that right now. Evening monkey nuts, how are we doing? Yeah, I'm going to see what's up top there in a minute. Gearing up.
Necessary for everyone, so we can all operate in tip-top shape. When they return from the mental refreshment center, they will surely thank you for it. Prudence dictates. I, your neighbor's carefully. Now, on to other matters. Another song in an expertly curated playlist, picked out explicitly for you. The Sovereign's Chosen. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm turning that off. I'm a little unsure as to whether or not that might be problematic. Important announcements. All subjects of the Protectorate, subject invasion of cutthroat corporatists. The scourge of unfettered capitalism has come to Arcadia and brought with it the seeds of its own destruction. Their invasion armada exacerbated the rift anomaly, which was naturally occurring and well within our ability to control. No, it isn't. Causing it to fracture the Aether further, sending invisible tendrils in all directions. This has closed off the colony from any support they may have been awaiting, but has caused us no harm, being self-sufficient in every way. These bit worshippers will soon taste defeat. It is your duty to resist their sugared temptations, processed promises, and low-quality goods they are using to try and subjugate our beloved colony. Do not hesitate to sacrifice your life to stop them, or report your fellow subjects for collusion or weakness. Any subject caught with their products will be dealt with. From Consul Throw to all subjects, betrayal of the Order of the Ascendant. As of this day, the Order of the Ascendant have declared themselves enemies of the Protectorate. That they have chosen to do so in the wake of corporate invasion of our beloved colony attests to their true nature. It is now obvious that corporate incursion is somehow helped by the traitors of the Order, else it would have been crushed before it began. Rest assured, the Sovereign knew their treachery well in advance of their betrayal and thus was not taken by surprise. Any communications from, to, or involving the Order in any way now considered enemy correspondence must be forwarded to the Ministry of Accuracy. Glory to the Protectorate! 2. Fairfield landing pad personnel from Vigilant Norden. Temporary decommissioning of landing pad. By order of Vigilant Norden, Fairfield landing pad decommissioned effective immediately. All repair efforts to be halted, all remaining automechanical units relocated to support our valiant war effort, and all subjects currently assigned there are to report to Constable Hawthorne's office for reassignment. The continued targeting of the landing pad by vile corporatist enemies has been ineffectual at best and has not in any way contributed to this decommissioning. Our automechanical losses are insignificant, barely worth mentioning, and rumours of imminent fall of Fairfield to the greed-loving corporatists are not only untrue, they are treasonous. Oh. Try a quick thing. It's not made much difference, but hopefully the edges won't be quite so dodgy as they were a minute ago. Which performance was not helping my performance much. Was affecting the image, I think, a bit. Right, so I'm guessing that's Fairfield. It looks like it probably is. Off we go. It's an Auntie's Choice beacon or something.
Sounding glib? That ain't a good sign.
Correction. The sign seems to be functioning nominally.
Can't say the same for the trooper.
No. Can I have the gun? Shotgun. Triple barrel shotgun. I don't really want that, but I'll go. But that's been there for a while.
Sequencing attack strategies.
Companion abilities. Each companion has an ability can be activated once charged. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, nothing particularly exciting.
worry about.
Okay, so... Quite sure what he does, but he does something reasonably badass. I don't see my health there anywhere. Might have to have a look at some things on there. No, if I'm going to stick with that on timed fade or not. We shall see. The timed fade seems to be a little bit fast, to be honest. Not a bad view. That's Fairfield. This is the way we're going. Okay, corporate choose of Cotes.
Welcome to Fairfield, now under the new and improved management of Auntie's Choice. I'd usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a yay-saying protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all.
I'm an agent of the Earth Directorate. You've heard of us, I take it. Sprat exterminator, got an order from your supervisor. Soldier, same as you. Another steadfast comrade in arms. Prefer to keep my background shrouded in mystery. Well, I don't particularly trust the corporate types, and being an Earth Directorate agent is probably going to antagonise them, given that the whole Earth Directorate thing is to stamp on corporate types and take away their control of whatever they happen to be in control of. I think we're going to go with Sprat Exterminator.
Huh. Really? Everyone knows we're cultivating our sprat population for a new deep-fried snack line. So I refuse to fall for such a ham-handed attempt at dissemblance. Look, we're Auntie's Choice. Lying's fine. We downright admire it even, if you pull it off. Next time, try a little harder. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all. Unless you got any questions before you're on your way.
Well, I'm looking for a traitor goes by debris anyway. I might find her. Yeah, somehow I don't think I'm going to get a useful answer out of her. You'll need to watch your mechanicals. I was attacked by some drones on the way in. Mind giving me a pitch on what Auntie's Choice is? Town offering goods and services. Tell me about Auntie's Choice.
What? You've been in hibernation or something?
Yep.
We're here to bring the free market's liberation to the people of Arcadia. And Arcadia's bounty to the rest of the galaxy, of course.
You seem kind of consternated. Something on your mind?
Got a convoy overdue back from the landing pad. Admit I'm a bit worried.
Was your convoy of these flying shooting mechanicals that fired at anything that moved? No?
Something tells me you ran into the reason they ain't been back. See any sign of them?
Bodies and wreckage. Evidence of battle didn't look too good. If anyone made it, I didn't see. Evidence of battle.
Damnation. I had a friend on that detail. He always carried this, keepsake. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
Not much in the habit of plundering corpses. Not as such. Suppose we're moving on. Not in the habit of plundering corpses.
Well, never too late to start. Plunder's plunder, Auntie always says. Them Protectorate drones been a serious menace of late. Heard Trooper Faulkner shot a few. You find a way to put a stop to them. There's a bounty for it.
How might someone accept said bounty? How might you accept it? Yeah.
Bounty terminal's out next to the jail, across from the bar. Just down the lane here a spell. You get to Town Hall, you passed it.
Town hall for any goods and services?
Oh, we got everything. One of them, at least. Clinic's over there on your left. Watering hole's a bit down on the right. Market's a straight shot down the lane.
Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. I don't feel like talking to a corporate trooper about my mission right now.
Before I forget, I have standing orders to send all newcomers to Minister Milver Street. He's in the town hall. That'd be the one with the giant hologram on it. Can't miss it. Once again, welcome to Fairfield, the official new home of free trade and self-reliance.
Ooh, got a level. Nice. So, 2 points available. Put one in a gun. Speech would be helpful. Lockpick wouldn't be bad either. Lots of things I don't mind. I think. We'll put one in a lockpick, I think. For now. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I didn't see anything down here, but see if there's any evidence of a keepsake I missed. While I have the chance. Doesn't look too promising, does it? That sounds ominous as well. Well, I may have missed the opportunity there, but I don't see any evidence of a keepsake. Or any bodies, can't mention it. Oh. Onward. Into town, I think.
Can't believe some of those Protectorate hull heads just couldn't see the benefit of self-betterment.
Yeah, let them simmer in their cells for a spell. Less able bodies muscling in on our contracts.
Got mine stamped and signed. Officially on the payroll for another 78 days, including today. But I'm counting.
I recognise that voice. So you've just been liberated. What now? Auntie wants to help you acclimate to your wondrous new freedom. Confused by too many new choices? Here's a handy list of strategies to help you make sense of it all, thoughtfully curated with you in mind. Only buy Auntie products. Bits spent on goods are returned to your pockets as your salary. It's the free market in action. No. Empower yourself with the latest AC products. You use new ones generously and throw away old ones. You deserve only the best. You don't have to work for Auntie to enjoy her products, but it helps. Sell your stock to anyone with the bits to pay, and be sure to remind them how good you have it with Auntie's Choice. Support mankind's future prosperity and persuade others to join our cause. Strangers are just customers you haven't met. Be a dynamic individual, skipping break time to enhance your profits. Persevere through any illness and hardship, you're worth it. Be efficient, use your newfound freedoms to ensure your destiny is fulfilled with all goodness bits can buy. Remember, any time you are not shopping is time you could be shipping. Reach your full potential today with Auntie's Choice. Yep. As per. More corporate horrors. There's the medical center, I guess. There's the bar.
Keep your petty skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time. You'll see. Mark my words, when my deal comes through, I'll have enough bits to own this place.
Hmm.
Whether it's an orifice.
Swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers?
My last mission left the rift in space and cast me adrift floating in the void for a decade. You seem might upset. Usually dabble in matters of life and death, nothing as serious as high finance. You seem might upset.
You caught that, huh? Perceptive sort. I'm having what some would call an existential crisis here, meaning the success of my existence is presently hanging in the balance. I had just the thing to get me a fast-track promotion to lower middle management. Now, you seem like someone who knows a good deal and wouldn't be adverse to helping me out.
Okay, I'll bite.
It's like this. I agreed to meet with a business associate to finalize a deal, but the location got set for Spire Grove. Problem is, you been outside of Fairfield?
Well, the funicular to Spire Grove broke recently, so I got no way to get up there. I'd break my neck scaling that cliff for sure. There's a long way around, but it's not for me. Why, the path there might be lousy with raptidons for all I know. It wasn't before, but mayhap they were just lulling me into a false sense of complacency so they can strike.
Right. You saying something about Spire Grove? What's there? I did pretty good in inventing an impression of a raptidon mating call when I hear. Feels like that can be debilitating. Sometimes it's best to face them. You were saying something about Spire Grove?
While exploring facilities to the north, my partner unearthed the heretofore unexploited advanced protectorate technology.
Really?
Couldn't or wouldn't go into details, but he promised every household would want one, that it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens.
Sounds like a joke. How'd you rope him in?
Pitched him the dumbest deal I could think of. Told him I'd trade him my entire tossball card collection for schematics or a prototype. Said sure. Complete rube. Didn't even ask about condition. My Kelvin Tran rookie card isn't even ultra fine. Got a piece of nicotine chewing gum stuck to it.
No way. I'll help you out free of charge and quite a bind. You can probably work out some solution. Best of luck with that. Oh, we could probably come up with something.
Opportunistically leveraging difficult predicaments. That's the Auntie's Choice way. I have a few bits I can offer you. Not much, but if it turns out a roaring success like it ought to, and I get a fat promotion, I promise I'll see you're taken care of later.
You can.
Splendid. Go parlay with Jackson Plum up at Spire Grove. It's some kind of agricultural harvesting encampment southwest of here, near a mess of them rocky spires. He'll provide the agreed-upon schematics.
Why do I get the feeling he won't? Fastest way there, a bit light on details about what these schematics are for. Yeah, what are the schematics for?
Truth is, haven't the slightest. You know the Protectorate have all the most advanced technology, though. Probably something straight out of an Aetherwave serial. Edible spacesuits, N-ray specs, matter translocation. It could be anything. If Jackson's all fired up about it, it'll be beyond comprehension, I'm sure.
So where exactly am I going?
Well, the broke-down funicular is due west of here. Dexterous-looking so-and-so like yourself could probably scarper up it in a jiffy. From there, it's just up the hill a smidge. So close, but so far away.
Looks like the Major 4. Yeah, similar style. Not terribly surprising. Okay.
All right then. Don't let me keep you.
Anti-terminal. Okay. I may have hit the wrong button there. Oh yeah, I hit Val's companion ability, which is a healing ability. Okay. Look up your own bounty. No outstanding bounty. Wonderful. Look up local bounties. The following bounties are available for Paradise Island region. Drone swarm. Okay. Predictor has dispatched a swarm of anti-corporate drones against Fairfield. Whoa. Drone cannot be reasoned with nor persuaded by superior marketing, and therefore must be destroyed. Drones were last seen in the hills around the Ministry of Accuracy. Bounty of bits and positive reinforcement will be awarded to whoever brings them down. Okay.
Finally find a way to get ahead, and this happens.
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Yeah, probably should. Okay, guess we're going to talk to the guy. Slapped marketing all over everything they can. Now they've taken over the place. More perfect goods. Into dead or alive, drones.
Peddle your wares elsewhere.
No.
Okay. Interesting looking space.
Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No, Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spying. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Hold a moment, Car. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point. Especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
I'm not an idiot, so no. You're making fun of me. Space Ranger. I believe in righteous justice, especially anti-corporate justice. What do you say to that? You're trying to tell me something. I'm gonna go with the renegade one. Are you making fun of me?
Perish the thought. The first rule of diplomacy is never to slight a potential ally, if it can be avoided. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
Trying to find somebody here. I need to get into the Vox Relay. Whispers and Niles. Do you think we can trust this guy who says desire anything? See what Niles thinks.
With that hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips?
Need to get into the Vox Relay. Looking for someone. I don't trust any of these people. Need to get into the relay, I think, yeah.
Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed.
Perhaps like that. At least I could do is listen. Bit vague. Nice sales pitch. Conscience is my own business. Nice sales pitch.
You can't blame a body for wanting to practice, can you? Fine. I'll give it to you straight then. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing. But for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I
guess it's the crazy hat there, Wayne.
Persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I
don't feel like giving these guys that information would be a good idea. What do you know about mental refreshment?
Protectorate subjects willingly submit themselves to a kind of mental reset designed to bring them closer to the Protectorate ideal. But I have reason to believe that their system is less rigid than Protectorate leadership would claim. It's ripe for exploitation. Is there a more beautiful phrase?
What's a grafted soldier?
Grafted soldiers were the subjects of the Enhanced Soldier Program, so named as its intent was to utilize nature to enhance a soldier's natural talents.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the program resulted in many casualties, and what few successes we had were literally short-lived.
Must not have much faith in your troops if you're sending me after one, so go to the military and retrieve lost info. Anything else? Go to the ministry and retrieve lost info. Anything else?
Yes. One additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate.
Diplomacy and subterfuge versus frontal assaults. Alright, we'll be back in a bit. Where did the good commander end up?
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems. Even the whole of Spacer's Choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
Not quite.
You there. Still got work if you're looking.
Yeah. I'll have a shufty around and see what's going on here, though. It's an interesting looking building. Get all the way up to the roof. That'd be interesting. I am curious. No! Not quite what I had in mind, but didn't break my legs, so I'll take it, I guess. Ooh, frames. Come on. Oh. Well, my dumbassery notwithstanding, I've just seen a way to do that without the difficulties I just had, but anyway. Hollow emitters commonly found in Auntie's Choice advertisements that doubtless can be used in more pragmatic applications. Expect hollow emitter. Body advert commands the skyline so as to compete with the very sun. With a skilled hand, one could extract the hollow emitter at its core and shut it down for a time until the part is replaced. Whichever comes first. May or may not be useful. Really? Right, let's go and see what this acquisitions officer Kerr wanted us to do. Dear Father, Mother, Guardian, name. I regret to inform you that your son, daughter, child, employee rank, first name, stroke, last name, was killed during an action at location date. I know the sorry this message brings you, but no soldier rank last name was valuable Auntie's Choice asset, and that his or their contribution to the war effort on Eden will not be forgotten. Sincerely, Babylon Kerr, acquisitions officer. Premium residence leasings, Fairfield. Available created protectorate lodgements. Augustine DeVries, house red trim circle windows. Rents, house grey trim over windows. Large porch. Newly assigned Auntie's Choice residence. Emmeline Galloway, grey trim triangular windows. Warren L. Warren, grey trim over windows. So the commandeered... no. Ekaterina Cole, house grey trim over windows, large porch. So commandeered Lorenz one, red trim circle windows. Has not been assigned to anyone yet, but Will Chowdhury has a house of blue trim and mixed windows. Okay, so they're just taking over protectorate houses and giving them to their own people. Not surprising.
You're here early. I expected you'd be on the receiving end of Milver Street's bluster until close to the end of time. Happy that ain't the case, as I can make use of you. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, head of aggressive acquisitions and persons elimination on Paradise Island. Let no one say I can't be official when circumstances merit.
Aggressive acquisitions and personnel elimination.
The presence of a wayward sightseer in the midst of a war-torn waste. But it might be safer for us both if I knew your purpose.
Aggressive acquisitions and persons elimination. So, taking shit and killing people is their job. I need to get to the Vox Relay. Headed to communication tower in the north. Might blow it up if I feel like it. I prefer to keep my business private. Don't think I'm ready for this kind of honesty in a relationship. Attack. Looking for Auntie's choice bootlickers to kill. Hey, I'm talking to one. I'm going to do that. Need to get to the Vox Relay. I'm going to give him that.
The Vox, eh? Bent on bloody self-destruction? I could just have my troops dispatch you. Save you the effort. Although if you were keen on continuing to draw breath, perhaps you and I could broker a deal. There are protectorate vitals need bled. You could do the bleeding.
No shame in here what you got planned. Seems to me you care more about efficiency than human lives. Seen any unusual protectorate subjects? Looking to someone named DeVries. I just got here. You have to fill me in on where I am before we talk business. Yeah, fill me in.
This fine settlement is Fairfield. Once in the Protectorate's grasping claws, now Auntie's newest foothold on Paradise Island. When we arrived, it was thick with yaysayers, a hair's breadth away from sacrificing themselves to their old masters. Now they've seen the golden glow of the free market. Entertaining as it is to root out dozens of entrenched, suicidally murderous subjects, I'd take the efficiency of capitulation any day.
If you need the denizens to do anything, it helps you have troops in their homes. Nothing seems suspicious about this sudden mass changing of heart. Why did the Protectorate here defect? One victory minimum, get battles to go. Yeah, I'm lucky in that one. If you need the denizens to do anything, it helps that you have troops in the homes.
Friend, they already do whatever I want. Word no ain't in their kin. The issue is they've no initiative and are thus of limited use for anything beyond the menial. The local citizenry is welcome to up and leave, if the thought somehow enters their desolate brain pans. Ain't many places they could go to safely, though. Milver Street always insists on an exit interview, too. In a rare change of fate, we actually did have one would-be exitee last month. But the good minister convinced him to stay.
Really? What did he say?
Suddenly, you may leave. You can go anywhere, north, south. Become a mercenary, a traveling salesperson, a scavenger. Meditate on a rock. The world is your shellfish. Poor fool slunk back to his home minutes later. Turncoats don't know how to handle choice. Milver Street used that indecision as a weapon. The silver-tongued bastard. I hope that has sated your curiosity. If it hasn't, seek Milver Street. The subjects are within his purview more than mine.
Assisting help unauthorized, your board might be mad at you. Efficiency than saving human lives. Seems more about you care about more efficiency than saving human lives.
I haven't broken an idealist over my knee in ages. Open your ears wide, friend, for this is a whetstone well scoured. Efficiency saves human lives. Engage a detachment in open combat. Expect dozens dead on both sides. Kill their commander beforehand, and their soldiers will rout without a shot fired.
Something to be said for that.
Milver Street, for all his book learning doesn't seem capable of understanding such. I hope you're a sharper sort than he, willing to do what must be done.
Alright, so what exactly is it you want? Isn't soliciting my help unauthorized? Let's see about that.
My employer would assuredly be filled with wrath if it were my forces I were committing. But enlisting a freelancer on my own dime is hardly committing any forces. If you fail, I'll be out nothing, and Auntie shall be none the wiser. And if you succeed, I can't be blamed if my plans came to fruition on their own.
So what have you got in mind, then?
I want the Protectorate war effort exsanguinated. You want into the Vox Relay. You help me, I help you. There's a particular holding we shelled early in the war, name of Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center. Deserves a raising for the length of its blasted name alone. My scouts report recent Protectorate attempts to bring it back to functioning. I need the place sabotaged, lest Automechs return to aid the Protectorate war effort in droves. Should note, the ministers like to take our working together as a personal affront. Aid me, and I suspect he'll rescind any offer he may have made to you.
Milsbury said the same thing about you. He wants information on mental refreshment. I'm not giving him information on mental refreshment. I'm just not doing that because I don't trust what he might do with it. In fact, I know what he'll do with it. He'll use it. Wouldn't be some particular everyone in the facility and sabotage it? What's the plan for infiltrating? Let's see what she has to say about that.
Do you suggest that our good minister has lost patience with playing fair and now seeks to delve into the oily recesses of brainwashing? Oh, for shame. He's devoted to his half measures. I'll give him that. But he wouldn't have to wheedle and connive if he knew directness. Milver Street's grinning manipulation won't earn nothing but more of our own dead. Work with me.
Sneeze averted. I've got to admit, I like her approach more. I'm definitely not about to give that guy the ability to brainwash people. What's the plan for infiltrating the facility?
Could be direct. Feign that you're an assistant of some kind, though you'd have to have some know-how regarding engineering. But a simpler path would be paying a visit to the Ministry of Accuracy, liberating some credentials. Yaysayers ain't capable of suspecting a piece of paper.
Wouldn't it be simpler to kill everybody in the facility? Yes, but I don't think I want to do that. I want to think about this before I make a decision.
Think all you like. Speak to Milver Street if he ain't already stuck his hooks in you. I'm confident you got the spine for what
Kind of more inclined to stop a mech attack on the town, even if it would damage Auntie's Choice's preferences. Rather than giving that guy the ability to brainwash people. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take her quest.
I know I may seem awash in warm, welcoming sentiment, but I have a war to win.
No, you really don't.
Me. You're wasting valued time.
I'm going to help you instead of Milver Street. How was the war effort?
Let me spin you a yarn. One of my elite regiments ceased replying to hails several weeks ago. Hardy bunch. Fought all across the system. Yesterday, the Protectorate launched the regiment commander's upper torso into one of our encampments, which makes 2 1/3 complete corpses of a 6-person unit. Mocking us. Calculating bastards, the Protectorate. Would admire their efficacy if it weren't taking so many of my best and brightest. Once the fighting reignites in full, they'll pay dearly.
How's the war effort? I say, you say, fine, thanks. How's yours? Protectorate seem wed to their shock and awe. Been there in your position, I mean, not the corpses. I think I'm going to throw up. I can use the sickly trait to offer to vomit at that point. Protectorate seems wed to their shock and awe.
Aye, that they do. Dense morale something fierce. Seems Milver Street is good for something after all. I can almost respect the Protectorate's efficiency, though doing so would be easier while standing on the backs of their capitulating leaders.
What's your problem with Milver Street?
Man doesn't seem to understand there's an order to things. Convert your enemies after the war ends, not before. Try too early, you got saboteurs, spies, and the unruly. It's a poor use of our resources, inefficient at best, actively detrimental to our work at worst. And if there's one thing I despise worse than our foes, it's the poor use of resources.
Definitely a company lady. I think I'll help her instead of Milver Street.
Competence recognizes competence. Get into that facility and make certain it won't ever function again. I look forward to hearing your results.
This is definitely a best case scenario so far as I can tell right now, because I don't have to give the creepy dude brainwashing information, and not only does sabotaging the facility mean the town and its citizens don't get attacked by mechs, it should also mean that the anti-choice lot can't use the mechs either. It should be a win all round.
There is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you.
Good to know about. There is a shop here, though. Let's have a look at that. Workbench. Weapon modification vending. Charging the rifle. Charging the shotgun. Shock barrel on the rifle wouldn't be a bad one. Yeah, don't think we're going to go for that right now, just because I'm not sure I want to. Well, I don't think I'll be holding on to the weapons I've got for long. Ammunition vending, I would assume, but just vending in general. Biomass grenade, shells, that would be useful to have. Shock rod, short rounds. What am I doing for cash? 2k, that's not a bad thing. Picks are always useful to have. So, compact rounds, I've got just shy of 500. I've got 139 short rounds. Yeah, I think I'm okay there for now, really. It's probably useful. Don't see myself using that. How much is that? 128? Not much. Biomass grenade. Don't see myself using that either, really. I think I'll leave that at that for now. See what's inside. Junk.
Welcome. See anything you like?
Not really, but let's have a chat.
Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What
Well,
I meant to
Tash.
say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch?
Yeah. Okay, Atos, how does one measure crunch?
Now, there's a stumper. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure. Volume, maybe? Breakability? Really feel like
Mouth feel?
Anyway, let's try this again. Welcome to More Perfect Goods, a proud Auntie's Choice franchise. How can I improve your day?
Running the store long?
I've been working the store going on a few weeks now. Got promoted shortly after Auntie's Choice liberated Fairfield. Still
Really?
finding my stride with all the marketing suavities, as you witnessed. Advertising's been a right struggle to get a hold of, much to my chagrin.
Advertising's easy, put on a smile and lie. Yeah. How do you end up in charge of the store?
Took Auntie's aptitude and attitude test, like everyone else in town. Scored high in personability, and something called numerical dexterity. Think it means I count good. Now here I am, manager of the best little discount house in all of Paradise Island. Still boggles the gray matter.
What was your job before this?
Associate Waste Systems Technician. Wasn't the job I wanted, just the one I got. Came home smelling like a sewer sprat more time than not. I do not miss those days. I should count myself lucky that putting words together in a way that sounds smart is the hardest challenge facing me in this job. Reckon I'll get better over time. I hope.
Yeah, so what's the problem exactly?
Well, advertising is an essential part of my business. But I haven't got any new products to advertise. Just the same stock I had yesterday. And the day before that. According to the guide, in situations such as this, I'm to consult my marketing department for new copy. Except I don't have one of those either.
Can you request new merchandise?
I didn't want to seem discourteous by asking. I still sometimes forget this isn't the Protectorate. Maybe I will put in the request. That'll sure show some initiative. Thanks for all your help. Now, is there anything I can do for you?
Some expensive stuff lying
Thanks
around.
for noticing. All part of the presentation, of course. Think success, present success, be success.
Hear the gnawing from the back room, but it's sprats.
Sprats again. Must be after the crunch. Please wait here. This'll just take a moment. No sign of them sprats, thank law.
The idea is to give me a chance to burglarize the ever-loving crap out of his store if I wanted to. Which I don't, but...
How can I improve your day the Auntie's way?
That's just a weird sentence. Let's see what he's got for sale.
I'm sure you'll find something that'll fit your liking.
What's he got? A biomass pistol. So what does it do? Corrosion damage. 2 ammo per shot there. What type of ammo does it use? It doesn't say. It probably does somewhere, but I can't see it. Probably short rounds, I would guess. Rattler. Oh, it uses biomass canisters. Okay, I haven't got any of those. I've got one of those rather. Short rounds for Rattler. Okay, that's not very interesting. Advanced decryption key. Ooh. Expensive, but worth having. One of those. Light plasma barrel for a pistol. Light advanced mag. Plasma barrel for a shotgun. That's kind of appealing. Armor. Compare. Slightly better than what I've got, but not actually really worth it in other areas. For now, I don't think. Strip blade. Shotgun barrel. Yeah, I don't think I actually necessarily want any of these. Plasma barrel for the shotgun is appealing. Power damage changes up to plasma. Wouldn't be a bad thing, yeah. Oh, I see. Not interested in that. ED service pistol, not too bothered about keeping that either. I might keep it in and chuck it in storage for the sake of novelty though. Yeah, I probably won't. So I could put plasma damage onto the shotgun if I wanted. Wouldn't be the worst idea. Is that 425? Don't really want to use the shotgun though. No, I don't think I will. So
Not yet charged.
oops. Let's see. Charge burst. Explosive rounds, shock battle. That was more appealing. Expensive, but yeah, I think for short term, I think I will do that. What was the suppressor? I have a shock machine gun right now. I have a repeating rifle, so. Mods. Repeating rifle, put the shock barrel on it. Can't be recovered after installation. Okay, fair enough. That's fine for now. Cool. Right. So DeVries' place is over that way, which we'll have a look at in a minute. I think I'm going to jog back down this way, though, because there's the bar I'm going to stick my head in as well.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? Has nothing to do with my current and very temporary shortage of funds.
Okay, saloon. Who the hell are you? An interesting looking fellow.
Never been the type to sit behind a desk all day. What, when I could stand behind
Intoxicant
a bar?
facilitator.
Oh, it must be one of my copious direct reports. Rest assured, I'm making adequate progress in my manual labors.
Okay.
Welcome to the name-pending saloon, purveyor of spirits and stimuli. What'll it be, stranger?
I like her look. It's cool. Name pending saloon. Haven't named it yet.
That is an ensuing step on my 19-point business plan. Trying to find a name that would convince patrons to spend their hard-earned bits here. Like to hear a few contenders?
Sure, what you got?
At present, my top favorites are 1. The Drunken Haggler, 2. Accessories, 3. Absinthe-Minded, 4. The Fair Shake. Now tell me, which would make you spend your hard-earned bits here?
Oh, Drunken Haggler. No two ways about it.
Well, that's what we'll call it then. I'll tell future business partners we did extensive outside testing. I can now check off step 18 of my business plan.
I suppose putting 18 in your plan is picking a name and 19 is devising a better greeting. Truthfully, you don't have a 19-point plan, do you?
Shh, not so loud. Look, operating a new location sure ain't easy. Swear I get blamed for anything going wrong, whether it's my fault or some foul up from the local head office. But the nice thing about Fairfield, if you sound like you got some know-how, people believe just about any bit of hooey or bunkum you declare.
I bet you love to gossip as much as I do.
Why, sure. You'd be surprised how much loose talk and idle speculation occurs around here. What, between the Protectorate defectors, finally able to speak their minds, and all our off-duty Antes employees carping about work and the war. Any particular topic you have in mind?
Tell me about people running to town.
Oh, Minister Milford Street's blessed with the gift of gab. Swear he could sell bypass shunts to a Raptidon. Ain't one of them falsely magniloquent types, though. Sincere fella.
Yeah, of course he is.
Fairfield with Acquisitions Officer Carr. She's blunt and murderous. Two traits Auntie's Choice highly prizes in a commander of corporate forces. To say they have differing approaches to leadership is like saying, gee, suns are hot, whilst being incinerated in a solar eruption.
Yeah, who's in charge of Trapper Vox Relay?
Vox Station's run by a brigadier by the name of Montelli. Sounds like he's as much a danger to his own troops as ours.
Interesting.
Real piece of work, even by Protectorate standards. Reportedly enamored of show trials and summary executions.
What's with Auntie's Choice? That Auntie Cleo's and Space's Choice were separate.
You're asking me for the particulars of a high-level corporate acquisition. Like an in-depth accounting of the various parties who vied for control and who won out in the end? They merged. Rebranded. Auntie Cleo seems in charge now. Dunno. Do my best to steer clear of corporate intrigue.
Probably wise. Know anything about the path up north? Anything worth avoiding?
Tell you one thing you can't avoid. The bridge. No other way around it, and at present, it's held by Protectorate forces. We have a small contingent of troops bivouacked nearby. Forward Operating Base, they call it.
Cool.
My pleasure. Got anything for me in return?
Don't have much. Being an Earth Directorate agent isn't my Commander Zane and buddy. That rift's going to swallow the whole colony soon if we don't do something. Lie. All I thought was serial of true stories based on classified Earth Directorate files. I was frozen in space for 9 years after raiding a secret Protectorate base. No, not as such. In fact, I should go. I'm tempted by lying about Ethos serials being based on classified files. But I think giving away who and what I am right now doesn't seem like a good idea. Not really.
Here I was hoping you'd have a good story for me in exchange, but oh well. Not everyone's a seasoned raconteur. Our target audience here is people who want to forget their worries.
Not ready. Please try again later.
Sometimes their names.
Plus 1% critical chance. That's nice. Okay.
People think I got ejected from the scene because I'm
Stuck there a minute.
No signs of corrosion. Exhaust manifold still warm. Come on, baby. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong. You just stopping by to admire the mines, or is there something I can help you with?
Sounds like you're having some trouble.
See this system here? It deploys extreme countermeasures against overhead attacks in the form of aerial explosives, oft referred to as sky mines by those who prefer brevity. However, the whole thing is currently non-operational. Some problem with the lifting mechanism. No lift means no sky mines. No sky mines means the enemy can blow in like a bad sail, and we'll all be passing in our bits before you can say, gee, nice weather we're having today.
Not sure I understood a word of that, but okay. I'd rather keep my bits, thanks. Anything I need help? I don't have the skills required, but...
Not unless your talent for interruption matches your knowledge of lifting mechanisms?
I bet I can figure it out.
Like it's that easy, huh? All right, let's see you try then.
I really thought I'd get more pushback than that.
I was being sarcastic, you ninny. I wouldn't trust you near a macrowave, let alone a system capable of deploying
Probably
incendiary
wise.
devices. Go do something that's not being in my way. Look at a cloud. Touch some grass. Imagine that'll keep you safely occupied a while. All right, baby. It's just me and you again. Now, how's about we figure out what's wrong?
Well, doesn't look like we're going to have much luck there. Jeez. I've just walked into somebody's house. Damn, that is a very small toilet and shower. Not enough room to take a deep breath when you're in there. That's Mover Street's place, huh? Interesting.
Hey, Gads, the hologram's gone down.
A simple malfunction, perhaps.
An outrage is what I call it. That hologram was our flag planted in the soil of conquered lands.
And that's a good thing.
But that symbol is our pride, our identity. How can you wage a war if you don't even have a logo?
Yeah, about that.
Yes?
Not guilty. Ooh, that's a cool looking building. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. Come on, folks, this way a bit so that I can get past you and take a picture of that interesting looking building. I could go and actually have a look at what it is instead of just taking pictures of it. Mock apple, huh? Rings a bell, actually, from Mock Apple Cider is in the back of my head for some reason. Emmeline Galloway. I read that name, didn't I? Oh, this is cool.
I'm simply not credulous. Negative. Pharmaceutical reload in progress.
At least 3 lackeys, or a full half-dozen automechs, all by my lonesome.
I'd welcome you, would-be consumer, but we are not a retail operation. Please visit the various consumer locations around Fairfield for all your purchasing needs. I have far too many claims on my time to be able to cater to the curious at the moment.
It's like a lot of work. Just you in
I
here?
was meant to have help, but they lacked the barest amount of gray matter it takes to keep from getting locked up by excessive corporate malfeasance. So I'm on my own here, breaking my back, trying to buttress all these vines on top of all my other jobs. Oh, the bits I wouldn't pay for some of those mechs the Protectorate used to work this place. So, is there anything else, or can I get back to work?
What's all this for?
Quite the setup, ain't it? Before we took Fairfield, Auntie's Choice didn't have anything like this. Every kind of plant we've got was made to thrive in a chemical vat. But the Protectorate grows all their greens the old-fashioned way, with water and soil and actual fertilizer. I can't decide if it's adorably quaint or just plain daft. Then again, they all only have one job, so they have the time to indulge in all those sorts of archaic whimsies. Damn lucky crabble
Archaic
copulators.
whimsies. I'm sure what crabble copulator is, but I think I'm probably better off not knowing. What do you use it for?
Research mostly, some wholesale, and as the base for some small batch, highly exclusive, limited edition retail runs. Though I expect word any day that the big brains in R&D will have tweaked and twisted these plants so they're better than nature. Then we push the new product on the market. And my contract says I get 0.003427% of net after development, testing, packaging, advertising, and distribution costs. So you know, this is a pretty big deal for me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've got a lot left to do and not much time left to do it in, so you can show yourself out.
do feel like the build I've gone for may be a little restrictive in some ways. I feel like slightly more techie might have been a worthwhile thing to do. Oh well. That may or may not change as time goes on. The way I feel about it anyway.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just taro excrement.
Okay. Sentinel Lawrence. Contingencies, administrative code, return to contingencies. I do not think cellar will be much use when I moved into this house. Imagining natural disaster or some unlawful uprising and carrying a Fairfield of all places seems absurd. Now we're at war, I've even heard it rumoured that invaders will attack Paradise Island. Since, should the worst come to pass, my resolve will not waver. I will, of course, answer duty's call and repel these fiends by any means necessary, but having somewhere safe to fall back on could prove useful. Administrative code. Twice this week I put the wrong code in and locked myself out of the terminal. If it happens the third time, I suspect I will be recommended for mental refreshment due to insufficient recollection. Given how scattered I felt, maybe that's for the best. I should keep waiting for the Sovereign to call me up to combat the invaders, but no, I have orders to remain here in Fairfield. No matter, I must remain diligent. Perhaps I'll write the code down and pin it to the refrigerator or some such until I properly memorised it. Not although I entertain visitors. Admin code. Okay. You either can't close the door or you can have no elbow room in there. Access administrator controls. Unsealed cellar. Now, I don't know where the cellar might be, but it doesn't look like it's inside. This must be it then. Let's go to capitalism taken to the jump degree. I get what you're going for there, Steve, but there is a small point I would make about that.
We were discovered. So what an odd thing to die for. Apples.
Trump lacks the imagination for something like this. And the creativity. I'm sure he desired this level of capitalism, but he definitely doesn't have the imagination or creativity for it. That's much of times we discovered odd things to die for apples. Okay, so yeah, this is Sentinel Lawrence. That was her house, and she's hiding in the basement with a couple of Protectorate troops. Apples? What are you talking about? Not here to fight. Die, Protectorate scum. I'll be going now. Apples? What are you talking about?
Is that not why you've come? Because you discovered our recent larceny at the greenhouse?
Oh, not really. Why would you ransack the greenhouse? Complete accident. Why would you ransack a greenhouse?
The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays.
Must have been starving to risk your lives for food. Maybe you should have left instead of sticking around here. Poison? Surely you're not referring to Auntie's deliciously caloric bread noodles. Maybe you should have left instead of sticking around to starve.
Starving? Hardly. We have greater stores of strength than you suppose. This hunger is a momentary distraction, nothing more.
Even distraction will be fatal at the right moment.
If you are conniving for some concession of weakness, you will be a long time waiting. Enough! We know what is expected of us, and we have readied ourselves to meet death in all its personas. Have you?
Enthusiastically
Well, that didn't go right on several levels.
I knew someone, or something, had been absconding with food from the greenhouse.
Huh.
Never in a million skips would I have guessed it were stowaways. Huh. Guess I had this mystery all wrong.
Let's prevent tomorrow.
A small part of me was hoping.
I think I just skipped about half of this by not talking to him first.
It's downright foolish.
I was trying to remember what the control was for TTD there, but I've forgotten. In 24 hours, apparently. Oh, Judge, tell me. Already standing here, spit it out. Sure you were wrong about everything, but at least it led to a positive result. Oh, Judge, tell me.
I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her.
Auntie's choice armor is hideous, but great.
Like I said, foolish.
Sounds like she was special to you, not at all. Difficult to lose people you care about. But you last sees a weird message to send from beyond the grave. Yeah.
Huh. Well, she always did wrench my funny bone with her pranks. It must seem woeful of me to be carrying on in this fashion, though, don't it? Looking for signs and such.
People would grieve differently.
I appreciate that. Never really talked about the direction of my thoughts on this topic with no one before. Wow, it's like I'm...
My reputation improved.
Thank you for everything. Truly.
Money, please. Okay, so it is middle mouse click.
Come to, but I'm not ready.
Light revolver and moderation mini rolls. Bandolier uniform. Cartridge. Van brace uniform. Okay. Collect high security logbox. Nice. Let's see. How does that compare to... 20% chance to ignore incoming attacks. I'll leave it as is. Okay. None of that went quite the way I was expecting, but that's okay. General goods vendor. MS cancers. Okay, that would be useful to know. Cool. All right. That looks fine, so probably because I accidentally used a stim there. What we got here? Non-chassis fellow. Okay. Alright, so... Reese's house. Red trim, rounded windows. Red trim, rounded windows. Can't unjam it.
Auntie's Choice is the proud maker of Spacer's Chaw, Zero-G Brew, and antibiotics. Everything you need to get through your day.
It's also got red trim. It doesn't have rounded windows. Well, what is it? You could argue they all have rounded windows. That's a bit more rounded, I think. There we go. Yeah. Subject DeVries. Okay. Messages. To Augustine DeVries from Supervisor First Class Camarillo. You're to report to your post in the Information Input and Retrieval Department, 6:30 tomorrow. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, every member of the Protectorate is vital to the whole, no matter how seemingly small and insignificant their role might be. We expect you to conduct yourself as a harmonious part of the Protectorate. Pitchball incident. Subject DeVries, rather. It's not unheard of for one to sustain injuries in the course of a spirited match of pitchball, even ones as serious as your shattered femur and internal hemorrhaging. In my experience, however, virtually all cases can be traced back to overindulgence in Sovereign's Pride vodka. While it's understandable misconception, such overindulgence does not demonstrate a subject's praise for their subservience to our Sovereign. Fortunately for you, in the short time you've been here, your work has been nothing but superlative, so this will not add greatly to your demerits. Nonetheless, it's your duty to work through such injuries, to be an example to your fellow subjects and how to put aside one's self-importance to elevate us all. Remember, we're all key components in the safety and success of the Protectorate. Subject varies. Your recent regular behaviour has been overlooked due to your exemplary work in the long years prior to the invasion. However, I am not plagued by my predecessor's lack of character, which has been repeatedly which has reportedly now been rectified by a course of mental refreshment, thank the Sovereign. And it is incumbent on me to follow up on the report that you were heard espousing opinions similar to the precepts of the traitorous order. I'm certain this is but a miscommunication at somewhat confusing times. Don't let it happen again. Important announcements. To all subjects of the Protectorate, subject to invasion of cutthroat corporatists. The scourge of unfettered capitalism has come to Arcadia and brought with it the seeds of its own destruction. Their invasion armada exacerbated the rift anomaly, which was naturally occurring well with their ability to control, causing to fracture the Aether further. Yep, we already read that one, haven't we? Yeah. The Order of the Ascendant as well, we've read that.
Breeze sure has some cheek putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
I don't see an Earth Directorate symbol on a wall, unless it's supposed to be that thing. Hello? Have we here? Yeah, looks like she might be part of the Ascendant Order. Cleaned out and there's blood in it. Universal equation is the one constant. Compass. A bracelet. Okay, just junk items. Examine. The creature's tracker appears to have been surgically removed and submerged in liquid inside this container, obviously in an attempt to disable it. Fortunately, it's still producing a weak signal. So she ripped the tracker out. Interesting. Welcome back, Agent DeVries. Identifying markers removed. Okay. Messages, mission logs. We appear to have an issue. Don't seem to be able to get out of this. I think the game's crashed on me. Ah, well. Yeah, it would look to be the case. Bear with me 1 second. It has. Yeah, there we go. Joy. Right, we'll fire that up again. I guess we'll have to catch up a little bit, but I might be lucky and get an autosave. Way it goes sometimes, isn't it? Right. See whether or not this might add a little bit of additional effort to generating shaders, might maybe smooth things out a little bit. I'm not expecting much, but you never know.
Alright, that new game smells wearing off. Let's just get down to business.
Continue where I left off. Without the grand plan, all that's left is the empty set. Each never have armor, so shotguns and SMGs particularly effective against them. Interesting. Gee, C and V it is not anymore.
Has some cheek putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
Okay. It's advising me to listen to some of this, which may or may not cause problems. We'll see what happens. I think I muted it, which is why it's not doing anything. Right, should we try again without the oops? Okay. Found tracker, so you could get additional information on the Vox relay. Okay, messages. That's better. Right, to Savannah Lockwood from Debris, farewell. Savannah, your last message stung me to my core. I can't believe you'd accuse us of such. Yes, I'm still in contact with Victor. Schism between the Protectorate and the Order is of no consequence to us, but we are decidedly not whispering poison in each other's ear. As I can assure you, the dark path that you accuse us of going down is one of necessity, not choice. I've never burdened you with knowledge of the things I've done, what I've been forced to live with, but therein lies the rub. I find I can do so no longer. The time has come for action. Do you remember the cliffhanger ending of the Sentinel versus the Cult of Corporatism's 6th chapter? One way or another, I fear we are hurtling towards that same inevitable conclusion. There's one thing I cannot allow, no matter the cost. Regardless, my time on Paradise Island is over, so she's left. As we used to say, see you in the equation, my friend. 2 degrees from Lockwood. How can you say you never burden me with what you've done? You may never share specifics with me, it doesn't mean I don't feel your suffering. The invasion of Paradise Island is driving us all to new levels of despair, and your last message has me fearing it has pushed you to a place of madness. So looking for Savannah Lockwood, if possible. I'm begging you to forget that void damned serial and whatever it is you're planning, and please come and see me before you do anything that can't be undone. This ought to make you laugh. I'm holed up in the Old Order Chapel, of all places. Maybe because it reminds me of better days with you, me, and Victor. Wasn't Victor Was Victor one of the companions in the first game? No. Mission logs. Day 25.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me. Though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters.
Oh, cat's being adorable on the sofa, rolling around and stretching.
I thought my duty
153.
was complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I?
Apparently you managed to.
I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
It seems like she might be a little nutters.
Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientist. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking?
Yeah, I feel much the same way, Steve. I have to be careful when I'm rolling around and stretching, though, because if I get the wrong angle, suddenly it's like, fuck, I've done more damage to myself. And, yeah, it generally doesn't go well. No idea. It's all a little strange to me.
How can you be so even-tempered about this? I know you didn't know her like I did. Like I thought I did, but she betrayed us. She killed our friends, Commander. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangulum, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy.
What were people saying about her?
They all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart. Ain't a job she couldn't get done.
His armor's really cool.
Better and faster than
But his whole
everyone
look
else.
is.
Inspired all of us.
Well, there's little bits of cracks and damage where his armor's obviously gotten aged and stuff, taking a hit here and there and been damaged. I quite like that. It's also been modified out from obviously whatever he was wearing before, I think. In the years since the prologue, he's let his hair grow out a bit, and obviously the scars from the burn and stuff. Yeah, he looks a little older in general beyond that as well, so they've done a nice job in the little details. It's been after my time and don't remember hearing her name before Horizon Point. She clearly accomplished what she set her mind to, getting us killed. People shouldn't get praise for doing what's expected of them. Don't remember hearing her name before Horizon Point.
Reckon so. Some might embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figure my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangulum. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers.
God knows. The Order, the ones that had discussion with the Protectorate, what exactly is it?
The Order of the Ascent is just another sect of the Order of Scientific Inquiry. The grand plan and all that used to be part of the Protectorate before their big falling out. Believe they can predict the future or some such, but nice plan-abiding folks don't kill for the betterment of their cause. I can't believe the Order plotted our murder. But 10 years ago, I would have said the same about DeVries. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go
yeah,
all
pretty
in
much, Steve.
from a bunch of monks.
You don't have very high opinion of the Order. It's not unreasonable to believe in some greater power. Not surprised religion's been used to control and manipulate for eons. The resource is expendable. Whatever the seeds show, I must convincing. I'm going to go with the renegade option because I can. But there's a few things here I'm curious about.
Done some good too. Even I can admit that not everyone following the plan is a fanatic. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue.
Yeah. And what's kept you going all these years? Hope of revenge? Our hands aren't clean either now, as we kill people. Couldn't agree more. Don't care to debate this. I'm interested in finding a safe room, which we now know where it is. Kind of. Our hands aren't clean either, I think. And what's kept you... No, what's kept you going all these years? Hope of revenge?
No. Didn't even know DeVries was alive until she brought the satellite down. Until then, what kept me going was mostly training and stubbornness. And Val. But to your point, holding someone who's wronged you accountable for their actions ain't an act of vengeance. Some might call it justice.
Yeah, usually the person doing it, everybody else tends to go, vengeance, when you take it upon yourself. Not that I necessarily have a problem with that, but still. Spade a spade or something. Some might. People justify bad behaviour in all sorts of ways. Not so sure. I think it's a fine line between the two. I need to dress it up. Be happy to put a bullet in given the chance. Yeah, I'm kind of on that one.
Right after we get answers. Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting in there. Reckon there's got to be someone on the island who can help us with that. Let's keep asking around. Friendly like.
I do agree. Evening's rolling in. We got a bit of a map here. The saloon. You see, that's right. So this is the way we came in. That's the town hall. That's the greenhouse. So something over there to look at. There's whatever this is. Some houses. That's the building we went underneath before. Got in that fight by accident. The region. So there's the landing pad. There's definitely something to do as well. A whole bunch of bits to do. I think probably going around that way would be the thing to do. So I'll look at whatever this is, and then over there, and then we'll probably head on. Or rather, we'll probably put a pin in it for the evening, because time is ticking along. Ethel Tinsley and Copernicus. Yeah. There's an interesting looking place. Copernicus is pretty awesome looking. Ethel, who are you and what's your bag?
Pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled.
Not that the faction thing is there. Why don't we start with introductions? What are you working on here? Why don't we start with introductions?
I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral brethren in the wilds. Theoretically. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather pressing, and alas, one scientist-turned-tamer can only do so much. One might say I'm perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs.
Can't imagine that fight will last very long, and he'll probably wind up on his arse very, very quickly, the minister. Sounds like typical more corporate management structure, well acquainted with their antics, yeah.
If you two have spotted the chasm between them, I fear the Protectorate have already pinpointed the way with which to exploit it. I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner.
So she switched sides. I can't see that. What would you know about that? How would you know about that?
Well, because I was Protectorate. Once. I defected to Andes the second I could. But that's not the point of this conversation. Not when our leaders cannot reach an accord. One wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to secure a decisive victory with weaponry and technology. As for which approach is best, I wish I knew.
Well, see, you've got the crazy Protectorate who basically want to brainwash everybody. And then you've got Auntie's Choice who wants to exploit the living loving shit out of them, really. There's not really a win on this for the common folk. You understand Kerr's frustrations why I agreed to help her? Well, I did.
Then her hands will be tied no longer. I suppose I can find relief in that. Some may think it too cruel to use Officer Carr's methods to strike the enemy while they are down. But I have come to believe there may only be one way to truly defeat an enemy such as the Protectorate. She believes this as well.
Let's talk about something.
Very well. I ought to focus more on my work than on social tensions anyhow.
Tell me more about taming raptidons.
I work directly with Officer Carr and her soldiers to ensure they're outfitted with the best raptidon counterparts Paradise Island can provide. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild raptidons. It's most agreeable.
Hope this doesn't hurt any. Does this program require you to give them goofy names too? There's a petting zoo now under Auntie's losing the war. I hope it doesn't hurt them.
Trust me, they are safer here than out in the wilds. I have been reprimanded thrice now for undue pampering. I would not be here if this experiment was still causing needless suffering.
Seems like she's alright. Said something about being ex-Protectorate earlier?
Well, I was a subject once. Despite my talents, the plan dictated that I should be relegated to programming cleaning mechs. Bah. But then, Auntie's Choice came along and offered to transform our lives for the better. I chose to accept. And look where I am today. Over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I have finally earned the respect I was always due.
Wow. I feel like they're trying to make out that the Protectorate is like the worst possible take on communism. It's from the tone, like communism plus like a lot of extra insanity. You know? From the vibes I'm getting. To contrast quite effectively with the extreme capitalism of Auntie's Choice, obviously. Can't blame you for taking pride in your new station. If everyone's easy to conquer as you are, Auntie will control Arcadia in no time. Now, what happened to the people who didn't join Auntie's?
Poor things. They either fought to the last or chose to flee. It's regrettable, but some folk just aren't ready to embrace change. All they knew was being told how to live. They couldn't imagine any other way. Ask any
Doesn't
of the
change
other
that much.
protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to show, that is true freedom.
Right. Speakers, if they saved you, give another 6 months and your optimism will turn to despair. What about your friends and family? Is that how they feel? Speakers, if they saved you.
They did. I was in a dreadful state before the invasion. I fear I was close to disappearing myself. The Sovereign claims to provide for all of our needs. But without freedom and autonomy, I could not find happiness.
Seems reasonable.
I do hope I've satisfied your curiosity. The war effort and liberating the rest of the Protectorate waits for no one, you understand?
I'll be going now. That's that. It's the edge of town. The Faulkner's kicking some ass over there, apparently. Chief Replenishment Officer.
Storeroom for all these orders. Let me
Probably
guess.
have a quest or
Gun
something.
keeps jamming. Armor don't quite fit snug as you like. State your division and I'll get you outfitted, quick and proper, or your next provision's free.
You mentioned I could use some new accoutrement.
If you're not with a specific
Leaving
division, I'm
Wesker.
supposed to take down a name before offering my wares. I'll just make it up for expediency's sake. All bits spend the same to me. As Chief Replenishment Officer, it's my privileged duty to furnish our brave troops with all of their wartime essentials. You could say I put the ration in liberation. Tell me what you need, and I'll do my ample best to supply you.
Textures there aren't quite as good, but then again, some of that may be... no, shouldn't be my settings. Let's see what we got.
As a friendly reminder, all sales are final, especially ammunition.
Charged machine pistol. Reclamation raiment. Okay. Not bad, actually. Recycling. What's that? Plasma sake. Damage resistance to plasma and physical. That's not bad. Yep, shooter Michael. An improved helm. Trooper steel helmet toxicity drain rate. That would be useful. What current helmet got going on? Damage resistance scaling with cash. Yeah, I think I would like that actually. Trooper plate carrier. Just ignore damage when below 50% health is not terrible. This pistol. Sniper cloak. Chance to ignore incoming health damage below 50% health. Evasion chance goes up. Combat sprint speed is up. Not actually all that worth it. Look good. Visional plasma. I don't know which one would be more valuable. Slightly more damage resistance. Corrosion sex peeling. Yeah, I think that's probably not a bad thing to pick up either. But not until... I think I'm going to use it until I get a better set of armor, really. Let's see, utility mod anyway. 850. No, that's going to clean me out, actually, so I won't do that.
Negative. Pharmaceutical reload in progress.
Autopilot goes E for interact all the time. Inventory. Okay, not very exciting. So they got weapon mods, okay. Okay. More going on down here than I was anticipating, actually. It's a bit more interesting than I thought it might be. Here's war chest, interesting. Field performance review. Trooper Faulkner, ah. That might be a thing I want to do, I suspect. So we saw her by the gate before. Corporate climber.
Go consume like a good consumer.
You're an unpleasant little prick, aren't you? Corporate negotiator.
If you're not a go-getter, then go away.
Corporate hireling. I guess it's their barracks or something, is it? Bunch of trainees. Range safety officer.
Trainee Lindell, be so kind as to remind us all what the first rule of the range is.
Guns are weapons, not toys.
And do we aim weapons at colleagues or at our own unprotected upper stories, even in jest? Hint, we do not.
If you have to tell someone not to point a gun at the head, they're already in trouble. Targets haven't taken much damage. Are those guns even loaded? Recruits won't learn if they're not allowed to make mistakes. If you have to point a gun, tell somebody not to point a gun at the head, they're probably already in trouble.
The soldiers before you are former Protectorate subjects, mainly of the farming variety. No knowledge of combat.
A llama incident? I don't remember a llama incident. I don't remember much of the last game.
They're accustomed to being told
Which I assume is what you're referencing,
when
right?
to do it, even how to think. A lifetime of habitual servitude is not broken in a day.
Yes. Servitude or slavery to capitalism. So servitude or exploitation. Just a different version of the same thing, really. How are you helping these trainees acclimate?
I'm only responsible for familiarizing them with the weapons they will come to rely on in future. However, having observed them on the range, they fail every hurdle, but keep getting back up. I'd say that speaks to an admirable resilience. Or stupidity. Difficult to say which.
Chris did feel inspired. Mind if I had a word with them?
I'm not one to idle in the path of a good faith effort to accelerate education. The faster we can get more soldiers in the
Side question
field,
for me, the right
better.
person. Fair enough.
There's just one problem. I don't know you. So, respectfully, I must ask, what do you feel qualifies you to give instruction to my recruits?
Not to boast, but could be pretty inspirational. Perhaps you could talk to a qualifications agent, Abara. You shift the sprouts need the kind of hard lessons only I could provide. At this point, I don't think I'd make them worse. It can be pretty inspirational.
You do have a certain confidence about you that is presently absent in these recruits. Very well, I'll allow you to speak with them. Don't make me regret this. Attention trainees, guns down. That means you too, Simpson. We have a guest who has a few words to share.
You have something to say to us?
When you hold your gun, remember what you're fighting for. If the Protectorate wins, you'll go back to being farmers. Is that what you want? You're all going to die horribly if you don't shape up. When you hold a gun, remember what you're fighting for.
Wait, I know this one. Low overhead and competitive prices.
The person next to you saying newfound freedom, but that works too. Now straight, don't you want to make Auntie Cleo proud? was going to say newfound freedom, but that works too.
The freedom to buy more goods.
Very good, Lindell. Someone has been reading their welcome materials.
Front to back, sir.
9.5 from the sound of her. Back to front is more likely. Advantage choice, each one of you has potential to be much more. Believe in it. Just remember, aim your sight ahead of where your target's headed. Get out of your head, just point and shoot. It's easy, don't make it hard. Potential to be... potential to be much more, believe it. Go on, let's give them that one.
Yes, and a corporate ladder means there's always somewhere greater to reach. Now, if Auntie's faith in you is not misplaced, then prove it, trainees. Weapons at the ready. And fire! Well done, trainees. Well
Tempted to stand back and shoot over their heads to see what happens.
Words have had their intended effect.
Yeah, nice.
Thank law. The trainees seem quite taken with you, too. As I suspect they would riot if I let you leave without a reward. Please, accept this revolver with Auntie's thanks. Plan willing, I will have as much success deploying your wisdom with my next batch of recruits.
Nice, that went well. Right, so I've got a couple of light revolvers. Don't really need those. I'm going to sell one of them, I think. And then I've got one more thing we're going to do, and we'll call it after that. I'll get rid of both of those. I don't think I need either of these. I'll hold on to the shotgun for now. Want that. Don't want those. Cool. Helmet. Let's put a better helmet on. Because that gives me improved toxicity drain rate, and that's definitely worth having. Cool. Camphor line, yeah, it's definitely got a lot of similar vibes to it. I did have something going on in the back of my head that suggests I've done that quest before. Troop to Faulkner. Now, we saw her name on something we could steal before. She's handy with that, whatever weapon she's got.
That's the third drone in as many days. Where are the void damn things coming from?
You're right, you could have been killed, but I haven't here. Drone's broken. Don't need to go. You're right, you could have been killed. What happened here?
Protectorate drone attack. Just the one. We got it before anyone got hurt this time. Of course, we could have stopped the flow of drones by now if Officer Carr dispatched another patrol, as I requested, but no such luck.
Drones, a scourge of noble Arcadia. I will grind their gears beneath my boot. Space Ranger. Okay, let's do it. 1-1 Carson, another patrol. Don't have any idea what you're on about. Yeah, grind them beneath my boot.
See, now that's the sort of initiative I've been missing around here. Take a gander at the bounty terminal, just left of the constabulary. You know, stranger, you seem more than qualified to finish off the drones. For a freelancer, that is. Find that bounty terminal, blast some drones, and show the Protectorate who's boss. Ideally in that order. You see any drones? Don't feel shy about bringing them down.
How are things?
Between the constant assault of drones and my official reprimands, I can't get a moment's peace of mind. Seems all I can do is stand here and observe. Maybe that'll get me back into Carr's good graces. Or maybe not.
Probably not. It's a radio, I see. Right, now in here, was Clara B. Faulkner's performance review. Ability to accomplish responsibilities. Marksman scores exceed standard assessment. Regarding patrol attendance, commendable record with no violations of standard quota policy. However, overabundance of passion for a position often leads employee to exhaust themselves to the point performance dips, following a series of unimproved extra shifts. Works too hard. Goal achievements. Decreased trooper injury and death instances during routine patrols by 15%. Employee earnestly strives to improve productivity and in performance targets. However, this is related only to perimeter maintenance and pairs with a willful lack of understanding of their costs to other higher priority initiatives requiring shared resources. Suggested area of improvement. Responds poorly to perceived mockery. Must improve the frequency of following her superior's orders to the letter of the law, not the presumed spirit of it. Should refresh education regarding supply and demand in relation to shifting market urgency. Promotion request denied. Again. Even the music in the background's got a bit of a New Vegas vibe there.
Thought one of the drones finally got the drop on me. Turns out it was just a flying sprat.
I got this for you. Found this in the Mobile Command Center.
Merciful law, is this? Tell me you did not steal my performance review, soldier. We could be court-martialed for even looking. No, I am not gonna look. I'll wait for the reviews to be distributed along the proper channels, and... oh, hell. This is worse than the last one. Promotion denied? No, this has to be a mistake. How can Officer Carr claim I don't understand supply and demand regarding shifting market urgency? That's unfair.
Lowered injury and death instance by 15%. That has to count for something. Carr feels you lack the ability to properly prioritize threats. Initiative, gumption, sass, and spunk. Do you? Lowered injury and death incidents.
And that lowered our burial fees. Carr clearly doesn't understand my value, but you do. Well, the next review period's right around the corner. Suppose it's never too late to tidy up my reputation. Take this for your trouble. While I learn my lesson, you might as well profit off my shortcomings.
Nice little bit of help for somebody there. Mm-hmm. That's slightly less obnoxious than the way it was set. Armor is weird. Anyway. Yeah, third person functional doesn't feel like great though. My view. One of the missions I had involved getting some ammo as well, didn't it?
Feels like we're finally on track to set the universe.
Why do I get the feeling we're not that close at all?
Anyway, need something, Commander?
Field tinkering.
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Crafting. I can't remember what. What's this use? This uses short rounds. They both use short rounds, so short rounds is what I need more of then.
Can't get that Annie's Choice jingle anyway. Need something, Commander? Sure. Always have.
Short rounds. Cool. There we go. There's an objective complete. Tiny metal death pellets. You generally prefer pairs? I generally do as well. It depends on what's going on. And I do like the idea of being able to see outfits and stuff like that if you've got them. But it's got to be done right. Being able to switch between two is good. The 2 points of view, rather, is good, I think. But, yeah, it's not quite where I want it to be here, I don't think. I can get by with running around like that. But in combat, yeah. In fact, I'd have to double tap to get back to where I need to be as well. Is not great. Because I definitely wouldn't want to run around like that. So, yeah, prefer first person in general. Right, so that's probably what we're going to do next. Oh, we've got a few bits we can do, so. That's actually the one I want to do next, right. If I remember rightly by the region map, yeah, because I want to kind of loop around in that order, don't I? More or less. And then we'll have to eventually go that way and across that bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. That looks... Oh, I think we saw that in the distance from the landing pad, didn't we? Or maybe it was this. I don't know. Anyway, no doubt we'll find out. Yeah. Let's drop a save. For one evening, I think it's about time to call it. Because it is 25 past 11 already. Times we get chariot and all that. Interestingly, in Cyberpunk, I prefer to drive in first person, as I did last time. Well, both times I played it, actually. Often I get the impulse to drive in third person just because controls are often not that great and what have you. And there are problems with that in Cyberpunk 2, but it's just so much more immersive in that game. The world that they've created for Night City and stuff is just so well done that I absolutely do prefer sort of taking advantage of that immersion. Is there auto run in the Outer Worlds? I believe there is. I don't know off the top of my head though. A bit late for checking actually now, Wayne. Let's Google it quickly and see if there's an answer. Outer Worlds 2. Auto run. Nothing there. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see if I can get to the main menu and find out from there, because it's not coming up with a quick Google. The answer might be there somewhere, but it'll probably take me ages to look at it that way. So we'll have a quick look. I'll boot it back up again. I should be able to check the settings from the main menu, which I kind of forgot for half a second there. Yes, the generating shaders thing needs to be remembered so it doesn't have to be done every time. And there's a couple of areas where there's little bugs and things I've seen. When I redid character creation, I had to for this character. I had to come right out of it and do it again because I was having visual glitches that were weird, including one where everything from sort of the neckline upwards just went red. Like fucking Red Skull red. Only without the aesthetic intention. So, yeah, it wasn't good. So that definitely could do with fixing, and yeah. Performance could definitely do with a few patches, because it's not as good as I would like to see it being. I now realise at this point I'm stretching somewhat the system requirements, which I should double check on a bit, but nonetheless. Alright, controls, key bindings. Yes, there is an auto sprint toggle. It's normally on, I think it's that one. There's an auto sprint toggle which is normally on caps lock, and I've moved it because I always do. I'm assuming that's what it is, if anything. Yeah, looks to be. There's an auto sprint option. So there we go. Anyway, yeah, so far, fine. I'm enjoying it. Aside from performance being a bit iffy, I'd say that first mission, the intro and everything, smooth as, and the frame rate was nearly double what it currently is. And then I go, as soon as I landed in this new area, the frame rate dropped like a stone. I'm like, well, that's not good. It's also it kind of, I mean, there's more detail, more space and stuff going on here, but at the same time, it kind of implies like they deliberately overly focused on making that first bit as nice as possible and run as smoothly as possible, so that, you know, first impressions would be good, especially for people like pre-launch tests and stuff like that, when people got their hands on, when reviewers and stuff got to have a look at the first mission, then obviously they've not had the time to put the effort into the rest of it, or at least it feels like that. I don't know. The shift as soon as I moved into the first area that wasn't the intro was like alarm bells are ringing a little bit. It's still not the worst I have seen by any stretch, but it's kind of sitting around 30 frames rather than 60, which is where I want it. As again, some of that might be down to the in fact, I'm running on a somewhat older computer, but even so. Yeah, I'm running just about equivalent to, I think, recommended specs, so not really surprising. That maybe I'm pushing my luck a little bit with it. But still, kind of feel like it could have been... especially with DLSS and stuff, a little bit more efficiently optimized. Could run a bit better. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Going to push on for now. Well, it's not optimization, bro. It's just complexities of it. Still. It is what it is. They're also designed for certain things better than others. But, yeah, what can you do? Yeah, we'll dive back in tomorrow, see how it goes. But, yeah, generally I don't have any issues with most Unreal games. Not on that, anyway. Other issues, but once shaders are pre-cached and stuff, it's generally not too bad, but we'll see. Like I say, we've not even got the effectively launch day patch yet. That will likely be arriving on Wednesday if there is one. So we'll see what happens there and beyond, and see how we get on. My first impressions so far are okay. Like I say, not as smooth as I'd like, but otherwise getting on all right with it. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm always a bit hit and miss with the Obsidian games. So, and as I say, the last one was definitely more of a miss than a hit, the last Outer Worlds game. But I enjoyed Avowed, so... yeah, we'll keep cracking at it and see how it goes. So far, so good. Interested to see what happens next, and I'm enjoying it. So definitely want to get my hands on some better gear, though. Well, that might take a few minutes, I think. Although I suspect it might start opening up a little bit next time. We'll see. Anyway, for now, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back at this tomorrow around about 8 o'clock. If you haven't already, like, subs, notification bell, all that good stuff are appreciated. Social media links in the description. Channel memberships down below if you want to support the channel. Parting reminder, I suppose, that Xbox and Obsidian hooked me up with a key for this one. So I did mention it up front, and there's notes all over the place about it. But as an FYI, also I'll mention it on the way out as well. If you want to check out all the details, then stuff down below, playlists and stuff like that for more episodes in this series and other series besides. And yeah, check out the live tab for first parts of varying series if you want to check it out. Will be a new build video tomorrow. I've finished my build, just got to make the video on it. And yeah, it'll be a shortish one, more of a tour than a build video, but yeah, it's a cool little camp. So new Fallout camp tomorrow, should be good. Have a gander at that one. Anyway, for now, thank you for hanging out. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll do some more tomorrow. So, look after yourself, stay safe, have a good rest of your evening, have a good day tomorrow. I'll see you around about 8 o'clock. Should be good. Night, folks.
No.